Hello and welcome to day 12 of October 2025's Adventures in Tarot Casting. Today we are using the Raven's Flight spread. Here's the page that I created in my book. Hopefully these are giving you ideas on how to create pages in your own book should you choose to start one. Doesn't have to be super fancy. It literally can just be markers, drawing the placements, and then writing the words in different colors. That's literally what I do. And then sometimes I put a couple notes, like this one says harbingers of change, prophecy, creation / destruction, ancient knowledge. So here is that one, and here is the card. This is one of the revisited stickers. When I first created this, it was, I forget, a few years ago, I created this image. I wanted something obviously with crows or ravens to pair with a couple different decks, which I actually don't have anymore. If you have the Crow Tarot, it would go great with the Crow Tarot. But I thought for today, it would be neat to pair it with Supernatural, because since they are kind of in between that realm of the living and the dead, the messengers, I thought that the Supernatural cards would kind of help harness that energy. And then I also have the Magick and Mediums Oracle, because I felt like it brought just a good witchy vibe for it. And I have my tiny Linocut Lenormand tiles and tiny Sawyer's nature portals. So the reason for this, I wanted to show a raven in different stages of flight. We have the landing, the actual flying, and then the lookout. And anything about these corvid type birds is they're very pack family oriented, you know. So they say like crows never forget, ravens never forget. They're related. They are different though. And so this has ravens have this long history in folklore, and messengers of impending shifts and major transformations. They are said to be associated with prophecy, creation, destruction, ancient knowledge, as well as being harbingers from beyond the veil. And this spread will help guide us through unexpected turbulent shifts. So let's get this card up here so I can read it while we're doing it. So I have 3 large spread positions. The original spread was like a daily mixture, kind of like yesterday's Hermit's Cave, and it had all sorts of stuff. So I took those out and I put the placements intentionally over the ravens. And then I had one for tile placements for the mountain and for the grass, and then also the moon can be another oracle. So let's just get into it and explore these placements together, shall we? I'm pretty sure I edged this deck. Yeah, I felt like it needed a black edge to go with the Sam and Dean's journey. I've watched Supernatural probably 3 times through. It's like my go-to whenever I don't know what to watch. I'll just start it over again. So the first position here, we're going to use the tarot card for, and we're going to use a tarot card for the second position. Then we're going to use an oracle for the landing. So we have the Sentinel. This is the message of impending change. This energy helps to prepare for what is coming, and consider this the warning call, right? Find my groove with shuffling. That's a very thick deck. Alrighty, so the Sentinel has this message via justice. Ooh, yeah, it does. So this is a warning call. Justice is coming, right? This external balance that we need on our personal stage. Maybe there's something that you've been waiting to work out, and it's finally showing that justice is going to be served. like balance restored, right? On the world stage, justice is coming. That's the sentinel. This is saying, hey, consider this a warning. And then we have the glide, and this is soaring above, seeing the situation from a zoomed out perspective, using this energy to carefully plan your strategy. So what strategy do we need to plan, knowing that justice is on its way? And what's wonderful about the character in this card is she is very by the book and, you know, knows that something isn't quite right. And she really does everything, like she trusts her instincts and gets to the bottom of it. So the glide tells us death. Death is soaring above, seeing the situation from a zoomed out perspective. Use its energy to carefully plan our strategy. Yeah, so major change is coming, and justice is showing us that on that stage, perhaps of the world, that, you know, death is the one thing that we cannot outrun. However, in supernatural universe, I'm not going to give it away, but there is deals to be made. So we're going to just see where this spread's going to go. And so now we have the arrival, right? And I have a feeling that this spread is going to be one that wants to talk after everything's out, as they tend to. So this is this raven coming in for the landing. You'll know the changes here when this shows up. Use this energy to help aid in this transformation. So we're basically waiting upon justice and death, right? Do with that information what you will. Oh, I forgot how much I really like this deck. I haven't used it in forever. I went through a phase where everything just went on my shelf and I didn't do much with it. And now it's like they're literally calling to me. Okay, so the arrival, and we have a portal. And look at that house in the background, and it looks like we are waiting to step into that. Let's see what Aniel has for the portal in this book. In the guide. A lot of times with oracles, it's good to check what the author has written. I mean, we can surmise our own things from the actual artwork, of course, but also I like to see what they say. So it says, a doorway, gate, or other entrance, especially a large and elaborate one. There are multiple stargates and portals on Earth that have allowed travelers to journey beyond space and time. Belief in, let's see, it's very long. I just want to see card meanings. Here we go. Time traveler, Stargate, historian, past life. Am I in the right one? Yeah, I guess so. Politics, alliance, refuge, escape, assimilation. So I see this kind of as death and justice are coming on the world stage, perhaps. And we're going to know because there's going to be some shifts in the way that we perceive things, in the portals that we go through. And this is going to help us show up. Maybe it's going to be something to do with a actual, very literal house, right? I'll just leave it at that. 4 and 5, we have the terrain. This is the stability points of action or advice, and these energies hint at the next step. And let me know in the comments what you might see in this, right? So we have the terrain, and I have 2 cards. Sometimes collectively we can get to them together, and sometimes I get stumped. You know, I'm not all knowing. I'm just human. So then we have the gentleman. Let's see if that'll zoom in. So we have the gentleman and the child. So yeah, the terrain is saying that maybe there is making room for something new that has to do with a very prominent gentleman figure who might be acting like a baby on the world stage. I'm just going to say it. But anyway, the terrain is saying these are stability points of action or advice. So knowing that even when I see the gentleman in a collective type of reading, even though this is just a demo, I usually look at it as the energy of like more of an aggressive action or action to take, not passive. Like now is not the time to sit back. And so this is saying that we need to take action and start something new, because we have that child card that's saying just start small, start something new. Justice is coming, death is imminent, the portal will open, something new will come from it. And then in the full moon, we're going to use a guiding light on this journey. This energy is a token from our ancestors, and this is going to be a sentient portal animal type of card. And we have the dragonfly. And the dragonfly up in this shining light on the full moon is really telling me that we are undergoing a complete metamorphosis, because dragonflies, they start out in the bog, in the mud, and then they, in the proverbial swamp, they transform, and they no longer even look like they did when they were in that, like the nymph period. They sprout wings, they become these things that we revere as dragonflies, and just change in itself, right? So this could tell us that everything that is being experienced is going through a complete metamorphosis. And afterwards, it's not going to look the same. And I know that tarot is pretty neutral, so while we may attach meanings to it, it is just going to tell us that the things, that justice is coming, death is something that maybe there could be deals about, or, you know, time waits for no man, woman, child, anybody. And then the portal is telling us that we are entering a new portal, a new time in our life. What that looks like as far as the arrival of it, we will know it when we get to it. I love that this figure is walking towards it fearless with their trusty companion. It makes me feel like movies when the hero or the heroine is literally at the gates and the odds are stacked against them, but they don't show fear, because they know they got this. And this figure is not even wearing armor, because like if you look at the card, they have some stuff on their shoulder, but their back is exposed, and they're wearing a dress, and they're not even wearing shoes, but they are ready to enter and take it on. And then again, we have the gentleman and the child, and it's showing that, you know, this shift is happening with it's going to take action, and it's going to start small, but it's going to go. So let me know your insights on this. Have you used this sticker with the new layouts? If you used it with the old layouts, what did you think? How did you allow the ravens to be an oracle in your overall spread? And just let me know. I love to hear what you're saying. And also, let's pick tomorrow's card. Backdrop. And we have transformation. So we'll be working with this one tomorrow on day 13, which is actually a good card for the 13th of the month. And it also plays off of what we're talking about today with transformation. They seem to be leading into each other if we look at the series as a whole, right? So again, thank you for being here, and like and subscribe. Be sure to tell your tarot and oracle divination friends about it. They might enjoy it too. And I hope you have a good day, and I will see you here tomorrow. Bye.